welcome back to another video. We are doing a what I eat in a day today. So this is meal one, jumping right into it. I just finished at the gym. It's about 7:15 right now. So I have made myself my chia seed pudding, which is currently my go-to breakfast. It's been a while since I've done a what I eat in a day. I've kind of been on a little health kick recently. It's not a drastic change from what I typically like to eat, to be honest, but little things that I've been trying to incorporate, like a chia seed pudding for breakfast, and also just little habits through the day. I made a joke in my last video when I made this, calling it bird food, which it still kind of feels like, but I just love how well this keeps me full and fueled through the day. Also, a disclaimer through this video is I'm definitely not an expert. I have no background related to health or diet. This is just what I find works for me, so take it with a grain of salt. You guys also saw that I went to the gym this morning and I've been trying to keep going consistently. I kind of fluctuate, I feel like, between going after I finish work and in the mornings, but I just did some cardio to get the day started. I also love this. I just realized there's a clump of cinnamon stuck here, but I make this the night before, so it basically just soaks overnight, and the recipe is so simple. So all you need to do is basically mix it up and then put it in the fridge. So that's one of the other pieces that I really like about it, is how easy it is to prepare. And then once I finish the gym, I can just grab it and be ready to go. So for today, I have a couple goals in mind. One is I want to hit 100 grams of protein, if not at least 90. This is something that I've kind of struggled with, but I'm confident that we will get there today. I used to be a pescatarian when I did my last what I eat in a day video, so I'm not pescatarian anymore, but there are definitely days where my diet is basically pescatarian or it is basically vegetarian. So today, based off what I'm planning to eat, it is going to be more vegetarian style. For you guys that are vegetarian, the recipes will be something that you can have, and if you aren't, then you can adapt it as well if you're interested to try them out yourself. So first goal is 100 grams or at least 90 grams of protein. I'm gonna calculate everything at the very end so we can see how much we end up at. And then the second is I want to get at least 8,000 steps today. This has been my daily goal for a really long time, and I've been really good with it the last few days, so I'm hoping that won't be a problem either. I'm gonna finish this chia seed pudding, then hop in the shower and take Mr. Beansprout, my dog, out for a walk to get the day started. It is lunchtime and I feel like this morning has just flown by. It's been kind of busy. I forgot to mention I do work from home, hence I was just working in the kitchen area. We're gonna make something for lunch now, and I've mentioned this before, but I don't really have big lunches. Sometimes if there's leftovers or something that's already prepared or mostly prepared, then I'll have it, but I just don't have a huge appetite during lunch. So what I've been doing is making a smoothie, because that's at least some sort of nutrients and I'm fueling my body and I'm getting in more protein, especially since I'm actually tracking my food today. So we're gonna make my classic smoothie slash the only smoothie that I always keep coming back to. 1 banana, 4 berry blend. I've got some oat milk. Doing a cup of oat milk in here, some hemp hearts. And then I am gonna put some of this protein, which is actually this hemp-based protein. Cinnamon is one of my favorite healthy ingredients because it adds a nice little flavor. It's not for everybody. I know some people don't like cinnamon, but personally, I quite enjoy it. So I just add it in and it adds a little bit of flavor. This never misses, and I feel like it's just something about the little bit of cinnamon that makes it taste better. Also, I just realized it matches the color of my shirt, but like I said, I don't really eat big lunches usually. Like sometimes if there's a recipe that I really want to try, but I am a snacker, so I forgot to show you guys, but in between when I last saw you, I did have a yogurt this morning, so I had it around like 10:30. Those are my favorite yogurts. If you haven't tried the coconut flavor of the Liberté yogurts, again, if you don't like coconut, then maybe don't try it, but I personally think that's the best flavor. So that's one snack that I always have, and it's high in protein. I also have a couple other snacks that I typically go to. Apples and peanut butter I think are a little bit controversial, but personally it's one of my faves. I'm not gonna have it today, but I just want to mention that. But I'm gonna have another snack this afternoon, which I'll show you guys. With that said, I'm gonna finish my smoothie and then I'm gonna take my dog for a walk outside. We still have some steps to get through today. Last I checked, we were around 5,000, which isn't too bad for the day. But since it's also sunny, I think it's a perfect chance to get outside. He always looks so dazed and confused when he just wakes up. Oh, and he's ready to go. All right, it is time for a little afternoon snack. I've just been sitting here in the same spot with my laptop. It's just such a nice day. Usually if I need another monitor, I'm like sitting in my little den area. But anyways, I have a little snack. It is simply just rice crackers with some tuna. I put some black pepper on top because I love black pepper. Honestly, for snacks, I am such a fiend for anything that's crunchy and savory. So like I love chips, I love popcorn, things like that, but this is one of the alternatives. I said I also have like apple slices. That's a sweeter snack that I'll have. Or I love some hummus and carrots, but we're going with some rice crackers today. Cheers. Just wrapped up with work and I did end up coming into this den because I needed my other monitor. So it's been a busy day, to be honest, but also a realistic look at how I eat and feed myself during busy days. For a while after I finished up with work, I was going to the gym right after because it was a nice way to end the workday, especially since I work from home, and then have a change of scenery and just like get some movement in. But I found recently it's just been a little too busy after work, and then I can't always use the machines that I want to use, so I've just been going in the mornings, which is nice. I feel like it also helps me get my steps in earlier through the day. I'm at about 6,500, so that's pretty good. My goal again was 8,000. I'll take my dog out for a walk later as well, so we'll still get some exercise. But yeah, let's turn off these lights. Also, I keep switching back and forth on whether to wear this fluffy jacket, like zip up thing, or not, because it is basically April at this point, but it's just so nice and cozy. And if you hear any noise, my boyfriend is taking a shower right now, so that's what the background noise is. But we're gonna do a little stir fry type beat for dinner, and I've done this several times. Usually I do it with either ground turkey if we have ground turkey, or I do Beyond Meat as well, because like I said, we just kind of fluctuate whatever proteins we have. I know people have different opinions on Beyond Meat, and again, I'm not a health expert or a dietitian in any way. This is just what I personally like, and I do like the flavor, not gonna lie. But if you'd prefer, you can do like ground beef or ground turkey, and they kind of hit the same. It's honestly just the sauce and the veggies, and then I'm just gonna serve it with some white rice. So that is the dinner recipe. I take it back, I probably am gonna take this off because I don't want to get it dirty while I cook. Honestly, it was a little bit too warm if I'm being honest, but I was just like hanging on to the coziness of it. Let's take a look at what we need. Pretty straightforward. Beyond, I got a bell pepper for veggies, or a red bell pepper, I don't know, maybe we'll do both. There's never too many vegetables, said no one ever. And then a little carrot and some broccoli. Is it bad that I don't own a rice cooker? We've been making rice with a pot for years. Basically, since I moved out, I've been making rice with a pot. Rice cooker or not, you still gotta use this finger test. Some of you guys are gonna be really confused right now, but if you know, you know. It's that time of night where Bean is like waiting for something to happen or wants someone to play with, or I don't know, he's just wandering around. Okay, but we have finished a full day of eating and it's time to calculate and tally up where we ended up. I actually realized I didn't talk about this at the beginning, but I haven't been really tracking my food for quite a while. It's funny because one of the first, actually the very first video I made when I started making videos was about my whole journey with fitness, weight loss, and kind of the ups and downs of it all. So I would like to say that I kind of practice intuitive eating, but I don't know if the definition of it is exactly what I'm doing. All that to say, I've had a lot of different phases when it comes to counting and tracking, and I've had not the healthiest patterns of that because it can also be a little bit obsessive, and that's not the point of tracking in general. I think it's about just learning about nutrition and trying to make better choices and stuff like that. That's what I want to focus on more so. Certain things that I say might be considered healthier for me may not necessarily be, you know, the absolute healthiest thing ever. So just also keep that in mind. Going back to the main focus, I would say protein is important because without really focusing on it, it's the easiest thing for me to neglect. Going meal by meal, I have my MyFitnessPal open. This is just the free version and I can't get it to focus, but I've used this for years. I haven't tried the paid version before, so I can't say if that's any better or worse. There's several other apps available as well. So for protein, we'll start with breakfast. My lovely chia seed pudding that came in with the peanut butter at 19.8 grams of protein. For lunch, the smoothie came in at 26.2 grams. Dinner was 23.6 grams. And then I have 3 other sections. Snacks are things that can add up really quickly. So for snacks, it is important to also try to think of like healthier options, which are things that I mentioned throughout this video, healthier. That came in at 24.4 grams. For drinks, that was just the oat milk that went into my iced coffee because the coffee itself ends up being only like 1 or 2, maybe 1 to 5 calories. So I just tracked the milk and that was 1.3 grams of protein. And then for dessert, you guys saw the little pancake that my boyfriend made. So that's a protein pancake mix. It comes in different flavors and it's just a nice little thing to make. It's super easy. It came in at 15.3 grams of protein. That's not a full serving. The full serving I think is like 23 or 25 grams of protein. So that brings our grand total to 109.5 grams of protein for the day, which means that our first task has been achieved. I feel like even though it can be a bit much to do the whole tracking thing, I do encourage, if you've never tried it, even writing down the things on a list of some sort can be kind of eye-opening if you haven't ever done it before, just to see like, oh, I really did eat half a bag of potato chips, or I really did eat 10 Oreos, you know? So that's the first portion. And then I'm also very happy to share that I did hit my step goal for the day. We ended the day with, not ended because it's not bedtime yet, I'm not in bed, but as of now, we're at 9,369 steps. So I gotta say it's been a very successful day and this has been also a very busy day. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of a more focused look at the things that I eat. If you've watched my other vlogs, you would know that I often feature my food. In fact, most of the things that I've shown today are typically things that I do have. So this is just a more detailed look at that and some of the nutrition behind it. So with that said, I'd love to know from you guys, what are some ways that you like to look for new meal ideas, like to plan your meals, and what are some of your favorite go-to healthier or maybe guilty pleasure meals? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you haven't yet, and to check out other videos from me on the screen, and I'll see you guys next time.